I left my family. I left my kids. I left my nightclubs, my parking company, $35 million to fight the fight.
Welcome, everyone, to a very special episode of Mafia Truths with John Alite. I'm Felix Veen, and I'm here with John Alite, of course. Quick reminder, subscribe to our YouTube. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And our Patreon, which is why we're here today. We gave the opportunity to every member of the Patreon to call in. Some couldn't, obviously. Some just left their questions because of the timing. But we're going to have some people call in live to the show, ask John questions, be able to talk to John, which is hopefully a cool moment for some people. So if you, and I hope that we do this again in the future. So if you watch this, you enjoy it, you want to ask John a question, you want to hop on the phone with him, maybe in the future we'll do a Zoom call, who knows. Make sure you go over to our Patreon, subscribe there. We have bonus content, early content, discounts on merch, a whole lot more. So go check that out. The link to the Patreon is in the description of this video. So now I think what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to call some people, and we'll see if they're around to pick up, and for the people that left their questions because they're not available to talk on the phone right now, we'll just read out their questions after. So we'll give it a go.
Hello.
Hello, Tracy. This is Felix and John Alite. How are you?
I'm good, Felix. How are you guys?
Very good. Well, you gave us our number, obviously, to call you. So I'm sitting here next to John. So John's going to say hi to you. What's up?
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Hi, John. I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
So you obviously gave us our number to do the live call-in for the Patreon. I don't know if you have any questions. You're live here. So first of all, we're happy to have you as a Patreon subscriber, and second, shoot away.
Thanks. My first question is to John. What's from the first book? What's the weapon known as the blackjack? And could an ordinary person with no skills, could they make one or assemble one?
Do you want to hit your husband with it or anything? Because if you do, I can't tell you how to make it.
No. Not going to hit anybody. I'm just curious.
It's blackjack is like a tight wired steel, and they cover it with leather that bends. So when you hit it, you wrap it around your hands, and it's very, very hard. It's almost like a steel pipe, but in a very small, about 6-inch form, and it does a lot of damage. It's quick. So if it's a rapid thing. If you're going to hit somebody with it, it comes back and forth, and it's very quickly. So it causes a lot of damage.
Okay. Cool.
And don't ever discipline your kids or husband with that. So just
what do I need with a husband, man?
I gotta call your husband and warn him because I'm a different guy now.
Shit. You have to be a crazy son of a bitch to marry me. Come on now.
Do you have any other questions? We're all ears.
Just one more. Besides the chores that they make you do in prison, how did you guys pass your time?
Most guys, I got a book out called Prison Rules, and
yes.
In that book, I don't know if you've seen it, it was Nick Christopher and myself. And what I do is I tell people in jail, you really need to schedule up. And meaning if the longer you're busy, whether it's reading the Bible, whether it's reading a book, or whether it's working out, something that eliminates your time from being in jail. So if you can, keep your mind busy for 10 or 12 hours a day, those 10 or 12 hours a day, you're not in a prison. It's just as if you're at work like anybody else gets up at 7 in the morning to go to work. On an average, say an average working person, 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock. If you could keep that kind of same schedule, time will seem to move a little faster. But if you're just laying around not doing anything positive, time drags. And then we have a saying in jail, time's doing you, you're not doing the time. So it's important to do that for the mental. People say, well, why do you work out so much? Somebody says that's an exaggeration. When I said you do 2,000 burpees a day, it's not. Guys do split sessions. We do 1,000 in the morning. We do 1,000 early evening. If you're able to run, whether it's on these little areas or running place, we try to run for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and push-ups all day. And dips and pull-ups. These are the things you do when you don't have weights and stuff. But all that activity is mental strength. It's not so much for the physical like people think.
Okay. Okay.
So if you plan on going to jail, I'll get you a program. I'll write one up for you, Tracy.
I'm not playing. I just wondered, did you have like board games or anything? Like they give you
Actually,
like,
a lot of yeah, they give you some games. Some institutes, it depends on the institute. County jails, most likely not. You have cards. People play spades and hearts and things like that. And casino, and other facilities, they do got some board games. Chess. A lot of people with chess and checkers. For the smart guys, they play chess. I play chess. I used to get a beating every week from one of my friends. I stunk. But, you know, I'm okay to an average guy on the street, I guess. But in jail, some of these guys are really good. I thought you were going to ask me, you know, how much does it cost to hit your husband or something like that, you know?
No.
Because your husband just called us before you, and he said, how much is it to hit my wife? So I was just...
I don't got no husband.
Oh, okay. You already killed him? You already got rid of him?
I was never married to begin with.
Oh, you were hesitating. I was like, maybe you really did kill him. Oh, okay.
No.
Well, thank you, Tracy, for listening to us seriously, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. It gives you a personal look to something to look forward to every week. You know, it's awesome. One more question for Felix.
Yes.
I don't know that much about technical stuff, but why do y'all have to wear a headset while you're sitting next to each other?
That's a great question.
You want me to answer that for him?
Go ahead. You can answer
I can
that.
answer that too, Tracy. I know why I wear them.
Okay.
I'm older, so I can't hear good, so I listen to it. He's got no excuse.
Yeah, for me, it's more like a comfort thing. It kind of keeps us lasered in and you know, only hearing what's going on. But yeah, you know, it's really a preference thing because some people like them, some people don't. But me and John tend to usually have them because I don't know. For me, it just keeps you nice and focused.
Yeah, you know, if any outside noise in the studio or outside the doors, we don't hear it because you got them on. So really, that's why. A lot of people do ask that. Plus, we're both we're fighter pilots. After this, we fly our planes.
I don't know autopilot, huh?
You don't know I'm a comedian on the side. Hey, my new book is out, by the way. It's called Mafia International with John Alite.
Yeah, I ordered it the other day. Pre-ordered it?
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that.
I hope you like it. Let me know if you like it.
And
please.
I don't know
Oh,
when.
I will.
Well, John,
I will.
when do you...
What do we write it in the Patreon or like?
No, we're gonna
give it a
do
review?
we're gonna do these call-ins now on a regular basis.
We'll try to do some of the call-ins, but I don't know when to expect. I think first they have to print them, and then they'll be sent out, obviously. So once you get them, obviously let us know, and whatever you message here works perfect. We'll do some of these more live call-ins because they're quite fun. So, but yeah, Tracy, thank you for calling in and being a loyal subscriber to the Patreon. We appreciate your support, and
Sure.
Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome.
If you don't get the book, let me know because I got the bat next to me. We can hit Felix with it.
All right, well, take care, Tracy. Thank you.
So long, Tracy. Have a
You
good day.
too. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Have a good one. All right, that was fun.
I'm a comedian.
Yeah, basically. All right, this guy just said he didn't hear it. There we go. This guy's name's Richard. All right, let's see what this guy.
Hello?
Hello, Richard?
Hello? Yeah, hi.
Hey, this is Felix and John Alite. How are you?
Hey, Felix, how's it going? Hi, guy. Hey,
Good.
John, how's
Hi,
it going?
Richard. Good. How are you?
Good, good. Good to hear your guys' voice. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, well, we're first of all, we want to thank you for being a loyal subscriber to the Patreon. We're happy to have you. I hope that you're enjoying yourself there. And if there's any other bonus content, things that you want to hear John talk about, feel free to let us know here in the future. But the floor is yours. Ask John anything that you want. He's right here and ready to answer.
All right, great. I just really appreciate you guys, and I've become addicted to the video, so thank you very much.
Hey, Richard, let me
my
ask you a question before you ask me a question. I'm going to reverse
go ahead,
this for
John.
a second. Where you from?
I'm from Detroit.
Oh, all right. Are you doing anything this Memorial Day weekend?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Are you doing anything this weekend for Memorial Day?
Yeah, I'm working. I work at a hospital. I work as an emergency room a security supervisor at a hospital at a level 1 trauma center. So I'll be pretty busy this weekend.
Wow.
We get a lot of gunshot victims and stuff coming in these days.
Wow.
It ain't me this time.
Yeah. Well,
Now, honestly, it's good. It's good. Really, it's commendable. You know, for the guys that are working, helping people. Honestly, I'm making a joke or something I really shouldn't. But
no, it's okay. We joke about it because this is how we decompress a little bit.
No, I do the same.
People think we're insensitive, but we're not. We just need to. We're all shell shocked in a sense, like we have PTSD from seeing all these bodies and victims, and so we do kind of make off-color jokes.
I was diagnosed with that PTSD. And,
oh yeah, well you know all firsthand about that. Just living in your world. That was.
Well, yeah, it was crazy. But me and Felix were thinking of coming and doing a road trip and coming to the house for the Memorial Day weekend barbecue. But I guess that's how you're working.
I got some sick time. I can
That's
hey,
hilarious.
for you guys, hey, I'll get some filet mignon or prime rib, whatever. But I like ribeye steak myself.
Oh, so do I. It's
ribeye.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, well, good. Yeah, I'll tell you my question, John.
Yep.
When I was back in the '80s, I ran with a crew in Detroit. We did numbers and little after-hours things and stuff like that. But did you ever hear of the Young Boys Incorporated and I know Richard Wershey. You've heard of him before, White Boy. But did you have any dealings with any of these, like the Best Friends hit squads or anything? Because they moved a lot of weight back and forth from New York to Detroit. So I was curious to know if you had any dealings with them, because they started coming around our club and we all ran like schoolgirls into the hills. I'm like, I don't want to deal with them.
Well, actually, I did have dealings, not directly with them, but through one of my cousins was married to one of the bosses in Detroit. And his partner was this guy, Pete. He actually got pinched and did about 6 or 8 years. They were one of my suppliers of cocaine, actually. So they used to drive it up the coast and bring it to me once a month. So, I had some dealings with the Detroit mob. And, I'm going to do a little segment about my cousin and his involvement with my father, another guy, Red Kelly, and Vito Genovese. They had a problem with Vito Genovese, and Red got shot up a couple of times. They left him for dead. And I figured you did. I figured you must have known some of these guys. Like there was like Maserati Rick, and that was Rick Carter, and there was a bunch of the black guys, But I didn't know a bunch of like the Jackalonis or those guys, the Detroit mob, and the Tocos. I knew a few of them because I worked in the restaurant industry too. On top of it, but my cousin was in Ann Arbor. That's where, and he was in the hotel business, linen business, which was controlled by the mob. So. In those days, So,
Tony Pro and all those guys were out of Cleveland. I know they were. But I also worked I worked where Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. I was a busboy there, but I didn't have anything to do with that. So.
Well, I still believe his stepson had something to do with it, in my opinion. Anybody that drives somebody to a meeting doesn't go also, something's wrong. So.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, you would know that, but Hoffa should have known that too, But oh well, he's gone. So, but Yeah, but anyways, so that was my question. Basically, I figured you must have had contact with some of these Detroit guys because you were pretty big back then. So. Yeah.
Well, if you find out what Hoffa is, let me know. I heard he's got a deposit key safety box. It's supposed to have a lot of money in it. So I know he don't need it anymore. So
no,
me and you can split it.
yeah. Hey, I'll keep my ear to the ground.
All right.
Too bad we couldn't dig him up, but we don't know where he is.
I'm still investigating that. I heard he's got a couple of millions there somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. We got to go down. Forget that. Let's go down and find Escobar's millions somewhere.
Yeah, I got
to. You probably have better luck with that.
Yeah, I got somebody that's going to be on the show shortly. Hota Codogna. If you want to watch something on Amazon, actually, it's about his life story, and he was one of Escobar's guys. So he's going to be on shortly. It's actually a great thing. So if you watch it, you'll enjoy it. Yeah,
I will definitely. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that because I'm into all this kind of stuff, Yeah. But like I said, we were kind of low key stuff, But once this guy named Boone Craft came around, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but once he came around, I'm like, I think I'm going to Alaska, And I went up to Alaska. Then I became in law enforcement for several years.
Wow. Oh, really?
In San Diego, yeah. I worked at the border for several years in San Diego.
Oh, we can make a lot of money in that border now.
Oh, I know.
We're gonna have to hook up.
Man.
I'll come out of retirement,
Yeah,
and it's legal now. They're just letting everybody in. So,
one of my former partners got popped. He got popped trying to cross with heroin in his vest. He had like a kilo of heroin in his bulletproof vest.
wow.
He got dirty. He was dirty, so he ended up doing time. And then my friend from Detroit that was doing drugs that worked. He was in our crew. He was a Detroit cop, and he was making drug runs from Texas all the way back up, and he got pinched too. So,
well, you gotta.
we all left.
Yeah. Detroit. Hey, listen. By the way, you got Hitman Hearns was from over there. Yeah, I used to follow.
Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, and he's got a brother doing life. I hope he gets out, but I don't think so, from what I understand. But yeah. He had a lot of people don't know that, but he was a great fighter, Tommy, and I was a big fan.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything fun?
No, you just ruined our weekend. We were coming to you.
Hey, like I said, it's not too late to call in. Come on.
No, it's
man.
all right. We got another house. We're going to Josh's now. We switched. We're going to his house now.
Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, well, next time, I'll be ready next time. Don't worry.
All right, Rich. Have a great weekend. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
Hey, tell everybody at the hospital we said hello. Thank you. Really, and the best to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I will. I have the guys listening to you. I'm getting them to sign up, too,
Yeah.
You got to get them get a crowbar into their wallet, some of these guys.
Yeah. Tell them we got a baseball bat. We don't use crowbar, though.
Yeah, that's right. I got to get one of those. I'm going to order one. But you guys have a good one, man.
All right,
yeah,
you too. Thank you, Rich.
We want to thank you, and yeah, we'll probably be doing these more frequently. So we look forward to talking to you again. But thank you for subscribing to the Patreon, and we appreciate you.
Anytime. Anytime you need anything, if you're coming by, give me a call. I'll hook you guys up.
Hey, everybody out there. For people that don't know, I have a Patreon channel that you can subscribe to, please. And we'll talk about content that is not out on YouTube. It's exclusive. We'll cover Q&A on a regular basis once a month. We sell my baseball bats and they're autographed, and we will talk about content that you won't hear anywhere else but here on Patreon. Thank you, everybody. Please reach out and subscribe. Thank you.
And so we'll also be doing some questions, because obviously not everyone is able to call in at the certain time, but don't worry, we'll be doing more of these monthly, so there will be many more opportunities to call in and talk to us directly. But we're going to read some of those questions that we get from our Patreon subscribers. So a big shout out to Angie, who's been a very, very long time loyal supporter of the Patreon, who unfortunately couldn't call in because of work today. Does John still plan to have Sammy the Bull on the show? Man,
that's a good question.
Sammy, come on.
Me and Sammy are friends. I just think he's a little intimidated to sit next to me. He knows that one time, God, he wanted me to kill him. I don't know. So he's got his own schedule, things going on, and we tried to coordinate it at one time, and it got sidetracked because of what happened to Gene. So that's going to be an open situation, and we got a little scheduling now, and I'm filming a lot. I got a National Geographic out June 9th, and then I got another series coming out, and I'm working on a 10-part series, and so there's a lot going on our schedules on our end now. So we hope to have that done one day, hopefully. But we will play a tape of an interview that Sammy did about when he first came home. First interview he's ever done is a 30-minute conversation about his opinion of me.
I think we might even just chuck that on the Patreon for Patreon.
Yeah,
members.
I think we should
see.
do that.
Or maybe at least the Patreon first, and then maybe later YouTube. We'll see. But definitely all the Patreon will get that first, if not only exclusively on the Patreon. Her second question is, I bought John's new book, which is Mafia International, on johnalite.com. You can pre-order that today. So first of all, Angie, thank you for pre-ordering that book. And she's wondering where she can contact you to let you know what she thinks of the book once she receives it and reads it.
Where's Angie from?
That's a really good question.
Because Angie's always in.
She's Central Time, so we're not going to expose where Angie lives, although we don't know where Angie lives. But she's Central Time, so I imagine somewhere in the.
Angie, we're going to do a lunch thing, and if it's doable for you, we're going to coordinate. We were talking about some of the top people that follow us over the years, and we're going to do something with the top, which you are probably the top, I would think. And if you're ever in this area, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia area, we'd love to have a special meet and greet, have lunch, take some photos, and sign a book for you. So if that would work, you let Felix know, contact us and let us know.
Yeah, and we'll probably try to do some other ways to engage in maybe a Zoom call. I don't know, but where you can contact him to let us know here is fine, because we'll get that message over to John, johnalite.com, for people who want to either buy the book, buy the signed bats, or get in contact with us. Those are always an option. Our next person who wrote in is a new subscriber. She bought actually, I think, a yearly plan. So we thank you. We're happy to have you as part of the Patreon family. Anna Lizarago. I hope I didn't butcher your name. John, do you have Darkest Hours 2 and 3 books out?
Darkest Hour 2 is actually Mafia International.
Which is his new book that's coming out.
Yes, that we did with Lou Romano. That's going to change. And since you bought a yearly subscription, Angie, you're out. Anna, you're in. Anna, we're doing this Zoom meet and greet, and I really want to get opinions of everybody, because I think this is going to be one of the best books that I put out there, if not the best. And I want to get everybody's opinion on it. But looking forward to hearing more from you.
So then she also had another question. I would like to know if you did work with Dominic Meniglio.
No, I know Dominic, but I didn't have any personal interaction on the street with them.
Cool, good. That's answered. Let's see who else has questions. Greg Pagano, who also has a yearly subscription. So thank you, Greg, for being a loyal subscriber to the Patreon. We're happy to have you. You've been a Patreon for a couple weeks now, so hopefully you're enjoying yourself. I think you had a few questions. Johnny, what's up with the bats? Do you have any in stock, or when do you think you'll have some? He wants to get a few. JohnALite.com, you can buy those bats directly there. We do have many in stock, and we continue to restock. You can buy them, those signed custom Johnny Light bats, you can buy them as is with the signature, or if you want to get an inscription, it's like a slight fee extra, I believe. But all that, you can personalize it on johnalite.com. So Greg, if you want to buy one, you can go get that. And since you're a member of the Patreon, you get a discount. So make sure you hit me up before you do so.
I'm really curious about that question, but you said, all right, we'll get to that later. So I know it's triple X or something.
It's not triple X. It's more something that we'll talk about off, or we can talk to you directly, Greg, about that. David, he's been a Patreon subscriber for 8 months. So thank you for being with us for that long, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself. John, did Vinny Artuso gun jam up on the big Paul hit, and is he still an active captain in Florida? I think.
No, I discussed this somewhere else, but Vinny passed away recently. His son's still around. That was a big question if his gun really jammed up. I mean, at one time, Gotti was fuming about Vinny, whether it jammed or not, and nobody's going to really know that but Vinny himself. What I know of Vinny, he was a pretty tough guy, old time, old school. I don't know if that gun, I believe it did jam up, if I had to make a guess. I don't believe that he purposely didn't do the shooting. I think once he committed to go to it, he would have went all the way with it. He did some time in Florida with one of my old co-defendants, Terry Scaglione. I mentioned before, his grandfather, was a made guy with us also, Gambino family. He was in the Cigar City magazine with me out of Tampa. And the grandson, unfortunately, testified against me. We maintained somewhat of a friendship over the years still.
Beautiful. Well, I think that's it for the people that left questions. Once again, I think this will definitely be on YouTube. So thank you to everyone that called in, or if you couldn't call in, which was a lot of people because of the scheduling. We'll do these more in the future. Thank you to everyone subscribing to the Patreon. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube and you're interested about the Patreon, have some questions, you can hit me up at felix.levine on Instagram. I'll happily answer them. If you're interested in being part of that Patreon family, we'd obviously love to have you. So the link to that is in the description of this video. And thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Thanks again.
Perfect.